let's get to the games because the slate is fantastic and we got bangers left and right. To open things up, we got Butler heading into Washington D.C. to take on them Georgetown Hoyas. This is at the Capital One Center. Bring your credit card. What, you get a free coffee? Some shit like that. Butler's laying 3.5. I think Butler's going to cover the 3.5. Georgetown has a huge game Saturday against Providence, the Cooley game. And I don't think Georgetown played great at Xavier. They did. They probably deserved to win that game. But one of the things that I've noticed about this Georgetown team is they struggle with consistency. I also think Butler's better than their record by a little bit. So I think Butler goes into DC. I'm laying the 3.5. Mac, what are you doing here?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to be on Butler here. Like you said, the look ahead with Ed Cooley's Super Bowl on deck. Do we want to lock Butler here? Laying 3.5?
I think so.
I know they've let us down, but like I think that they're on the outside looking into the tournament. They've lost 5 out of 6 before the DePaul game. I kind of think this is a good spot for them to put it on Georgetown a little bit and pull away.
Let's go.
All right, we're going back to Butler.
Double lock, baby. Oh, take them Butler Bulldogs. I'm going to keep the lock train going because when I see...
We're going to be on the same side on this one.
Now, this one has gone down a point. This is why you try to get the lines early. But even right now at 8.5, I find this to be too high. I also think the plus 320 money line is live. Dayton has won 12 straight games. They're on the road at LaSalle against Fran Dunphy. LaSalle's not that bad. They're with 10-8, but I'm saying like they're not that bad. LaSalle's covering this. Sprinkle some on the money line. Lock it up. Double lock?
Absolutely. I think they're live in this game. They're way better than the record, especially when they're at home. They were right there against VCU and Mason. They got away from Mason late. Dayton, I'm seeing graphics everywhere. Dayton's longest win streak. This is a play down spot, play up spot for LaSalle. Let's go. Sprinkle some on the money.
Double lock. Let's go.
Dumpy.
Let's fucking go. LaSalle hasn't been good since the Lionel Simmons era. Don't forget about Doug Overton. Doug Overton was playing good ball after him.
Dayton's got Richmond on deck too. Battle of the unbeatens.
Yeah, and next we go to the MAC. Akron's laying 7.5 against Ohio. I think Akron's going to fuck them up. Ohio's winless on the road. I don't think this Ohio team is nearly as good as previous Ohio teams. I think this Akron team, like I said, normally there's not that big of a gap in the MAC between all these teams, but I actually believe Akron's way better than every team in the MAC. I'm laying the 7.5. What are you doing here?
I'm on the other side. I kind of like Ohio. I think Ohio's live in this game. Remember, this is the John Gross Bowl. So these two teams don't like each other, and they're off the Kent State game. Akron's undefeated. I think they're due for one. And the road team has won. This game always comes down the wire.
My only thing is Akron's kind of been the class of the MAC over the past couple of years.
They have, but they will lose a couple.
I'm just saying, like, I think there's blood in the water right now. I think Akron's saying, oh, this Ohio team doesn't have Vanderplas, doesn't have all, they had a bunch of different guys. Who was the Mark Sears, remember? Mm-hmm. I just think Akron's going to fuck them up. But okay. St. Joe's heads to UMass. Frank Martin laying 2.5 at home. I'll ride it. Give me 2.5. Give me minus 2.5. Yeah, I'm in. St. Joe's just wanted the buzzer. I'm in.
Yeah, they're fool's gold. UMass is good at home, man.
UMass minus 2.5. Minutemen, get it done. Duke is heading to the Shack to take on the Louisville Cardinals.
I want no part of this game.
Duke's laying 14. Now, here's the thing. Don't bet this until you know the situation with Jeremy Roach and Mark Mitchell. Because clearly Duke's depth is affected. They just lost to Pitt at home when they had some guys out. I'm going to take Duke, but don't bet that. I mean, I might feel decent about betting it if those guys are playing, but I need to know that. What are you doing here, Mac?
I think I'm going to take the points to Louisville. I feel like Louisville plays up to the Blue Bloods, and they always lose by like 10. So I'll take the points, but I ain't fucking betting this game. Fuck Louisville.
Florida State is at Syracuse. Syracuse is laying 3.5. This number's come down a little bit since I did the daytime show.
14, yeah.
I'll take the Qs minus 3.5. I don't feel good about this game. This is anyone's game, really, but I'll lay the 3.5 with the Qs. They're at home, far trip. What are you doing here?
I agree with you. I mean, both teams middle-ish of the pack. Syracuse 1 game back. I think I'm going to take the points. I think it's a 1-possession game. I think it's a Miami game all over again, back and forth. So I'll take the points.
We got the Red River Shootout on the hardwood. Texas heading to Norman, Oklahoma. Oklahoma's laying 3.5. I will lock up the Sooners minus 3.5. 10-0 at home. I think Texas is counterfeit. I really like this Oklahoma team. What are you doing here?
We got a battle. I'm on the Longhorns. I think they're going to win the game outright. Rivalry, take the points. I think they win outright.
I don't get. They're cold, but they're counting down 7-6-5.
We got a lock battle. Dundee, Boomer Sooner, Mac Hook'em Horns. Any other points you want to make about this one?
Yeah, I think Texas is a little bit better than their record recently, and I think Oklahoma, Porter Moser has struggled against Texas, and I think the talent. I favor Texas. I think they get up for this one in the final one in Norman in the Big 12.
Texas is like Memphis. You throw too much talent and personalities, and you can't coach it. Before it was Chris Beard.
Well, they get up for the big ones. They shit themselves for the UCFs of the world. This is a big one tomorrow.
Oklahoma's winning this one. This is the best team Porter Moser's had at Oklahoma. They get it done. Ohio State is at Nebraska. This line's gone up a little bit. Nebraska's laying 3.5. I could be talked into a lock here with Nebraska. I'm certainly taking Nebraska minus 3.5, but I could be talked into a lock here. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, who the hell thinks that fucking Chris Holtman and Ohio State's going to go on the road? Tamanaga, Magic, baby. They are so good at home. Lock that up. Cornhuskers.
Yeah, get this Ohio State bullshit out of here. Going out hiring Ross Bjork as your AD. Let's go. Let's go Huskers. Wisconsin, the Badgers are heading to the barn. This line has come down 1.5 since this afternoon.
I'm glad I got it early.
3.5 makes me. I'm still taking Minnesota, but no lock here. At 5, I thought it was maybe lock worthy. What are you doing here?
I'm locking it. I think Minnesota wins. I'm finally on the Gophers here at the barn. These two teams hate each other. Minnesota needs to get back right. Wisconsin coming in hot. They got Sparty on deck. Give me the Gophers outright.
No lock for me at 3.5, but Mac locking it up. The barn is the barn. We'll be rocking. This one's a lock. Ball State's laying 1.5 at Buffalo. This Buffalo bullshit out of here.
You're a hater.
Yeah. Ball State's good. Laying the 1.5. Let's go. What are you doing here?
We got another battle. Give me my Bulls home dog. They're better than their record too.
No, they're horrible.
You're a hater of Buffalo and Siena. Siena fucked up whoever the other day.
Folks, we got a battle. Ball State Cardinal for Dundee. Blue Bowls for Mac. This makes me think of the RuPaul bit that we were doing. RuPaul fired their head coach today, Tony Stubblefield, and I wanted to address this before we got into the games. I forgot. I thought Chris Mack would make sense. I know some people said, why would he take that job? Why wouldn't he? Money is money, right? They get that Big East contract.
Will Wade.
I thought my first thought was Jared Gillian, but they wouldn't. That's not sexy enough for DePaul.
Yeah.
Will Wade makes a lot of sense though.
Will Wade in Chicago.
Will Wade in Chicago would kill it. Chris Mack, I think, would kill it. He's got Chris Mack's got the history in the Big East at Xavier. You might even be able to say if Rhode Island continues to have a good year, would Archie jump over to Chicago?
Maybe. maybe, or he may stick it out and see if he can get a better one because he's already done the high.
I just figured they would be able to offer more money than Rhode Island.
Probably, but he may think that he could have a special team next year and make a run.
I agree with Mac there too. The name that I've seen in kind of like the rumor circle or rumor mill for this job that I don't understand, and I'm going to need you guys to explain it. Why would Bobby Hurley take this job?
What?
He was like mentioned out there as like.
Why would you want Bobby Hurley for this job?
Yeah,
I don't know. But
no, Bobby Hurley should want the job so he could just get more.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bobby Hurley might want it so he doesn't get so he can have a salary somewhat similar to what he makes at Arizona State.
I'm not going to say where I got it from, but there's another media source out there that's pretty large that was floating that out there as a top 4 option. I didn't understand it at all.
I don't understand why they would want him when you could go get a coach that's proven something. I mean, I guess Hurley kind of did at
Missouri
Buffalo.
Valley guys.
Yeah. What's my guy's name at Northern Iowa? Who's been there forever? He's a good coach. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. Jacobson. Yes.
You know who was rumored for this job a couple years ago? Porter Moser. But I don't think he'd leave.
He wouldn't take it now.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, as in like 3 weeks ago.
Last year.
Jared Gilligan would kill it here, but they wouldn't do that because he's got a losing record as a coach still.
Mike Bray.
That would be interesting.
Mike Bray, back in the Midwest, he knows how to get the most out of a shit situation. Mike Bray's a name to watch there.
I'm surprised though. What about the former Maryland coach, the Kansas assistant? I'm drawing a blank.
Danny Manning?
No. But he's at Louisville. So
Turgeon.
Yes, Turgeon.
Yeah. I don't think he wants to get back in.
Really?
Yeah, I think he hated the portal and NIL at the end. I could be wrong. I like Mike Bray. I kind of like Mike Bray at DePaul.
The name that I saw out there as well, just scouring the internet, Josh Schertz of Indiana State, with the year that they're having right now.
That's what I'm saying. They should try. To me,
that's an easy move.
Yeah,
he's won everywhere. D2 Indiana.
I like
State,
that one a lot. I like that one.
Bob Huggins.
That's too smart for them. Yeah, Bob Huggins. That would be. Yeah, they wouldn't do that.
He's a DePaul fan.
Isn't that a Catholic school?
Yeah,
they're not doing that. They're not doing that.
He's got to go to a grimy Mac school.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of examples. I think I was even thinking like, you take a shot at any of those Mountain West. Can they offer more money than the Mountain West? I don't know. Because Mountain West
they're in the Big East. They're in the Big East.
But the Mountain West, I think their TV contracts for football helps their basketball. The Big East doesn't have that, so that's why I was wondering that with that.
People are saying
Rod Strickland is a DePaul grad. DePaul grad.
You got to be able to coach. I don't care where you graduated from.
Yeah. Anyway, fascinating to watch that stuff go along. Where the fuck are we at here? Kent State's getting 1.5 at Bowling Green. No, I'm buying into Todd Simon and Garfunkel here. I'm laying the 1.5. What are you doing here?
I got a lock here. I'm on the other side. I think Kent's way better than their record. You kind of look at the MAC right now. Kent State sitting at the bottom, not bottom, but 2-4. They're way better than 2-4. I watched that whole game against Akron. They're due for a big win. I like him here to make a statement. Rod Sendroff, give me Kent State. Lock it up at Bowling Green.
MAC locking up Kent State plus 1.5. I'm on Bowling Green. Todd Simon doing a great job.
He's a good coach. They've overachieved though, and I think Kent State's underachieved.
Fair. Bowling Green has certainly overachieved. Kentucky's heading to Columbia, South Carolina. Kentucky's laying 4.5 points. I'm on the Gamecocks, man. I think the fact they're a veteran squad, I think this place will be lit for it, and they might not win, but I think they can cover it. What are you doing here?
I'm on the other side. There's going to be a shitload of Kentucky fans. I've seen this game. Kentucky, lock it up. I think Kentucky drills them.
Didn't they lose at Columbia last year?
No, they lost at Rupp as a 20-point favorite.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Kentucky statement game here. South Carolina,
I think
too high a step.
I'm taking South Carolina though. I think the fact they're a veteran team is all the difference to me. Not betting that game though, but excited to watch it. Miami, Ohio is getting 1.5 at Central Michigan. I mean, Central Michigan's on fire right now. How can we fade the chips? No, I'll lay the 1.5. Lexington Steel sucks. I'm on CMU. You?
Yeah, I took CMU. They're off that big win. I was like, I don't know what to do, but yeah, I'll take the chips here.
Next up, Eastern Michigan's getting 5.5 at Western Michigan.
No,
I mean, the fact that Noah's not jumping in these bothers me.
Has he locked one up yet?
No, he doesn't. He got really scared after that thunder snow came through. He's really fragile. He's fragile right now. I look. Waldo's liquor pitchers are going to be fired, and people are going to be shooting them tomorrow. I will lay the 5.5 against EMU. Mac?
I feel like EMU is going to win outright. I feel like this is such a letdown for Western Michigan. EMU kind of spoils their good season. I'll take EMU, but I'm not betting them.
Pitt is laying 3.5 at Georgia Tech.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Oh, Bieniek.
What's going on, guys? I've got a couple of plays. They were just, for some reason, buried in the lead.
Post-traumatic snow disorder. That's what they're saying. PTSD.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Why? I mean, I've already bet Georgia Tech, guys. So, lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mac, what do you hear?
I like, not to just say fuck Pitt. Pitt's obviously off the Super Bowl win. Hinson jumping up on the fucking table. Last time he made every shot, he didn't make a shot for a month after that. Georgia Tech. Also, I think they're pretty good at home. They dropped the one to Virginia. I like the bounce back here. Georgia Tech outright. Eat shit, Pitt, baby. Let's go.
Noah, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's just an obvious spot. They just beat Duke on the road. Now it's a back-to-back road spot at Georgia Tech. Like Max said, it's not just a Gatorade dumping. It's a scores table jumping spot. Yeah, you have to fade Pitt here. Cocktail napkin like this too.
What do you got the cocktail napkin?
-2.5 for the Yellow Jackets. Run.
Triple lock for the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech, the Rambling Wreck. Wells Fargo's taking on Cornell. Something to note. There's no line on that. But I'm sure the banks will get bailed. I'm sure Wells Fargo will get bailed out. UAB is catching 4.5 at the Clits. This game's interesting.
Clits are hot, man. Like Bowling Green.
I actually think I should lay the 4.5 but UAB gets up sometimes for these games, but I'm still going to lay the 4.5 with Charlotte. The way that UAB won that bullshit game against ECU, I don't think it's sustainable. Give me the Clits -4.5. Mac?
I'm selling high on the Clits. I think UAB's a better roster. I think UAB wins the game outright. Lock up Birmingham. Let's go. I'm going back to this.
You're fucking insane.
UAB, baby. UAB's gonna fuck them up.
I don't think UAB's that good this year.
Charlotte's due for some regression.
Charlotte is due for regression, but I don't think UAB's that good this year. Noah?
Charlotte is due for regression, but the place that you pick against them is not at home. So far this season, they're 8-1 at home. Their offense doesn't really show up on the road, but their defense is stout. And again, at home, 8-1. They've covered this number in every win except for one of their wins at home, and that was Florida Atlantic. So here with UAB also has the Memphis Tigers on deck. I like this for Charlotte. Cocktail Napkins got this at -9.5. Lock it up.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
9.5. Get that cocktail shit out of here. This ain't a 9.5 point line. That thing's broken.
We got a battle. Noah Bieniek on the Clit. Moneyline Max saying, "Give me them fire-breathing dragons."
If he's gonna cover the 9 the other way, baby. Let's go.
I got a lock for you.
Where are we going? Orlando?
We're going to Pittsburgh. Duquesne's laying 2.5. They lost at the buzzer last time.
I know it.
Duquesne wins this one against the Bonnies.
God.
I'm laying the 2.5.
You're gonna
I'm
make
laying
me do
the
it.
2.5. Let's go, Dukes. Come on, CJ Sullivan. Let's go. What are you doing here?
I already bet it too. We already talked about it with Duquesne. Bonaventure. They're not the same away from home. Duquesne is so much better than their record. They led Richmond the entire game. They lost at the buzzer against St. Joe's. They win this game going away. Let's go Duquesne.
Lock it up. Double lock. Yep. Clark's asking if Day-Day's playing. Game time decision. So they just got to get this. They got to get this now. Bobby Wag saying, "Get this Duquesne shit out of here." Perhaps. Folks, I want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by not Underdog Fantasy. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's US based and available in 40 different states. P2P social betting is a new and better way to bet directly against your friends or other users on sports, politics, pop culture, and other events with verifiable outcomes. Plus, there's a ton of fun social features that give it a feel of a social betting network, so to speak. Cut offers lower vig and fully customizable odds. You can create your own bets, and get this, Cut handles the payment side of things, so you never have to chase down anyone for dollars. So what are you doing, folks? Hop on over there. Head to cut.com. That's KUTT.com. Use that promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus today. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL postseason with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NFL or NBA or soccer bet with historical stats and data. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start research and start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. We're also brought to you by the SGPN merch store. 15% off everything in the store now until the end of the month with the promo code PLAYOFFS. And we're competing against other shows. So college basketball experience, rise the fuck up. All right, get on over there. Get yourself a Pick Dundee t-shirt or a college basketball experience or an Eat Shit Pit t-shirt. Do that. All right. Promo code PLAYOFFS. All right. We are back and I have another lock ready, loaded, ready to go. This one, I believe is a money line sprinkle. I think Loyola Chicago is better than VCU right now. Yes, they might lose the game still because VCU's home environment's good. But I think Loyola Chicago right now is a better basketball team. I would take them on a neutral against VCU. And I'm getting 5.5. This line's going up a point. Fuck out of here. Give me the 5.5 and the Ramblers. Sprinkle that money line. What are you doing here?
I'll probably take the points, but I'm not fading VCU at the Siegel Center again. That has not gone well for me recently. So I will. I'll take the points.
The Mountaineers of West Virginia are catching 7.5. I do still see an 8 out there. Called it at 8 earlier.
Get out of here.
At UCF at the moon bounce there.
Yeah,
I'll join you. I think they can cover this thing, and the fact that Jesse Edwards might play.
Yeah.
I think they can cover this. I think they could win it outright. It's not a crazy thing to sprinkle the money line here.
Mountaineers are 2-1 with 2 ranked wins since I came back from Morgantown. Getting shit fixed around here. Mountaineers are going to win this game outright, just like they won the football game outright down there. The line was about 7. I think they were laying a touchdown. I said, get the fuck out of here. Get this fucking 8-point shit out of here. West Virginia outright tomorrow. No letdown over here. Let's go. We're going into the bounce house. Very, very golden and shiny nights, UCF fans.
Yes. Trey's cracking me up. Ever since I grabbed the skull bottle of it's vodka, but yes, that's true. That's maybe the curse.
I think Edwards will be back. You touch on it. Everybody's asking. I think Edwards is back tomorrow. I don't think he plays the big minutes, but he'll probably come off the bench, I think.
Toledo's at Northern Illinois tomorrow. Toledo's laying 5.5. Lay it. What are you doing here?
Should we bet this?
No.
Toledo's off that loss to the Chips. Fringe Walk, check the picks page.
Toledo's been tough for me this year, man. Evansville is catching 13.5 at Northern Iowa. I think Northern Iowa is going to drill them. I will lay the 13.5. Mac, what are you doing here?
Do you remember once upon a time when Evansville beat Northern Iowa this year? I don't think.
And they looked good early in the year. We said, how about this Purple Aces team?
Evansville hasn't won a game since. Fringe lock on Northern Iowa. I think Iowa
you're right. I think like check the picks page. I might be there. Belmont is catching 1.5 at Illinois State. Surprised Illinois State's favorite, and that's all the difference for me. I will lay the 1.5. Mac.
Yeah, it's another lock. Illinois State's better than the record. Found some mojo Saturday. Continue it over the staples of Belmont.
One-in-law Mac locking up the Redbirds. Xavier is catching 8 at Creighton. Michael Creighton. I am locking up Creighton -8. I think they're going to drill Xavier. Xavier's had 3 straight wins. They look good. Not here. Not in Omaha. I am laying the 8 with the Blue Jays. Mac?
I'm with you. And, I know a lot of people will say they just played a triple overtime game. I think that may impact them the next game. I like them a lot here. I think they put it on Xavier just like they did last year. Lock it up. Blowout for the Blue Jays tomorrow.
Let's go. Steve Lavin and the San Diego Toreros, fresh off of a royal ass whooping from Gonzaga, head to Portland, but the Pilots are laying 3.5 points. I mean, my play is pretty simple. I think if I can find this, I'm fucking this up. Comedic timing fail. Yeah, I'm taking Portland. What are you doing here?
After all that, I'm taking Portland. I'll take Portland. I don't have a strong conviction.
I want this pilot. It's a matter of national security.
Don't bet this game. I don't feel very confident on my play. Missouri's getting 11.5 at Texas A&M. Give me the points, but A&M wins.
Question for you: who does A&M have on deck? I'm with you. I like the points. A&M
they have Mizzou. They are home to Mizzou, I believe.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Ole Miss is my point.
Yeah, I was like, I said they're playing them, but yeah,
I was thinking Ole Miss, but yeah,
I'm with you. I'll take the points. Oh damn, Trevor says Mizzou's going to win the game. I like it.
I don't know about that. I mean, that would be great, but I feel like it would be a close game. A&M prevails. Michigan is getting 17.5 points in West Lafayette. I will take Purdue minus the points. Noah?
What's going on, guys?
Don't tell me you're locking Purdue.
Dude, I'm coming in here to speak about Michigan because it's my team. And I'm going to advise the listeners
that Jim Harbaugh is the coach of the Chargers tomorrow?
No, please no. The cocktail napkin has this thing at minus 21.5. And I've said this before. I'll say it again. Michigan does not have another ball handler on this team other than Doug McDaniel. Jalen Llewellyn's still coming back from the ACL surgery. He was laboring in that last game against Illinois. Only played 13 minutes there. Only played 1 minute against Ohio State. Those are the 2 home games that you have, Doug. Then he played 33 on the road at Maryland, and he was rough. He had 3 turnovers, only 3 assists. Wasn't very active in the stat sheet at all. Namari Burnett, never been a point guard. Texas Tech, Alabama, now Michigan. He's expected to handle the ball here on the road at Purdue in Mackey. Just it's not happening. This is a game that I'm gonna watch, but again, like it's not gonna be competitive.
He's gonna be banging on his windows watching this game. Hey, Michigan's covered 4 out of the last 5 against Purdue.
Yeah, but
this is their worst team, though. This is their worst team. I feel like
I'll take blue here to cover, but I'm not betting on this.
I'm not betting this either.
They're gonna backdoor this shit like Penn State did and lose by 15. That's
plus we should talk Dickinson, but like he would show up for Edey. So and just in harm whoever the big man was before Edey, whether it was Harms or somebody else in between Edey and Harms, Purdue showed up or Dickinson showed up for the Purdue games, just like he would show up for other games against top bigs. he lacked the competitiveness in every other game.
Shout out to Alfred44 in the chat who says take Wake in the first half on all of their road games. They lose the games, but they are leading in the first half. Nice little nugget there.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Houston is heading to the Super Soaker, and they're laying 3 at the Super Soaker. You might even be able to find a 3.5 out there.
You should lock it.
BYU's winning this.
Yep.
BYU +3. BYU on the money line. The Super Soaker is for real. Double lock, it sounds like, Mac.
Yeah, and we talked about this on the Big 12 experience earlier. It's hard to go to Provo in the middle of the week, man, and get used to that altitude when you don't have time to get acclimated with it. Two teams that are kind of similar to them, San Diego State and Iowa State, in terms of physicality, want to grind it out, have struggled out there. BYU makes shots at a higher rate out there. BYU pulls away, gets it done on the money line. Give me the Cougs of the Mormon Cougs.
Double lock. Boston College. The Eagles are coming into Blacksburg, Virginia. Virginia Tech laying 5.5. Give me BC to cover this. Maybe even win it outright. I mean, this isn't a lock, but I might sprinkle that money line. I just feel like it's a one basket game down the stretch. What are you doing here?
I was with you on this one. I like BC. I mean, they're coming off the big win at NC State. I kind of like BC here too. I think it's a back and forth game, but I'm not going to bet this. Maybe I will by the end. I don't know.
Wyoming is getting 17.5 at San Diego State. I can be talked into a lock here because I think Jeff Linder's bunch is better than 17.5 points.
They're coming off a money line win though. That's my concern is. And
but this line is off though. Shouldn't this be like 11?
But San Diego State's off a loss.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, I just feel like I might end up betting this, but give me Wyoming in the 17.5. I mean, I guess it was a 17-point game in San Diego last year. So
I agree.
I just feel like it's a little steep.
Yeah, I'll take the points, but I'm not. I don't want to bet this because this could be one where we fucking lock it and then we know by the under 12 timeout that we stepped into one and we have no fucking chance of covering this.
Yeah. TCU is laying 4.5 in Stillwater. Give me Oklahoma State +4.5. I think it's a money line sprinkle here. They lost 5 straight. They should have beat Kansas State the other night. I think they get it done. Sprinkle that money line. What are you doing here?
Well, and to go further in detail too, TCU struggles in Stillwater. Traditionally, love Oklahoma State here. I think they win the game outright with you. They get their first Big 12 win. Give me the Cowboys.
Let's go.
They beat K-State in Manhattan the other night, man.
I know. I watched that whole game. Let's keep this lock train going because I think Boise State -6.5 in Fresno is a lock because I don't think Fresno's very good. I think Fresno is living off last year. And when I say that, they weren't great last year, but they had guys. Those guys transferred out. Boise's going to smack them. Let's go.
Battle. Let down off the San Diego State game. This is going to be a tight game. I think Boise gets out of there alive, but it's way too many points. They got Utah State on deck after San Diego State. Great sandwich spot. Give me Fresno and them Bulldogs.
Noah?
Money line.
I think this was the smelliest line of the night because of the sandwich spot that Mac's talking about here. But Cocktail Napkin spit out a -11. Win it by double digits. I think you can win this by 2 possessions or more and still get a cover here by the Broncos. They can fight tooth and claw here with the Bulldogs in Fresno. But all you're saying is win, make some free throws at the end of this game. They're shooting 72% on the season, 74.5% in conference play. I think they'll be able to climb over the 6 number.
Dave here is in Fresno, California. He's 10-2 on Fresno bets. He's putting 500 on Boise. That's good enough for me. I've watched Fresno a couple times. I don't know how the fuck they won that San Jose State game, but let's battle. I think Boise wins by double digits. Let's go.
There we go.
Final game of the night. Final game of the night Air Force goes into Vegas, catching 12.5. Give me UNLV, but I don't. No lock. No lock. Because UNLV lost to Southern. They're the type of team that would lose this game. We bet Air Force the other day, and I watched it and I was like, this team's horrible. They're a horrible team.
And they're brutal away from home too. They're even worse away from home. So I'm actually locking UNLV here. The look ahead here is not strong. It's San Jose State. So I think they put them on here. I think they put it on them here. Cocktail Napkin loves this one. This is the favorite play of the day. -22 here.
Whew. Mac, what are you doing here?
God, I want to lock Air Force so bad. It's just I don't trust Vegas laying these big numbers. I trust them in these big ass games.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why they lost to Southern. By the way, we did cover the Illinois State game the earlier, Mike Ryan. But anyway, Mac, I'm sorry. Continue.
Well, no, and Air Force just took Colorado State on the road to overtime last week.
Yeah, but they also look like shit against New Mexico.
So UNLV has a 18-point win at home against Hofstra, a 15-point win at home against Creighton.
They also lost to Loyola Marymount.
A 16-point win at home against Stetson. I think Air Force is worse than all three of those teams.
Battle. Give me the Falcons. I got to get in on this game. This is a money line. This is a potential sprinkle the money line play.
That Loyola Marymount loss was not on campus.
We got a problem. Now we got a problem.
Campus.
This is a fucking Vegas letdown.
Hey, you whine and complain about Sam Boyd and then not playing there.
Yeah.
So when it fits my narrative, I'm playing a bet here. I'm gonna use it.
I whine and complain because they have a classic stadium.
Oh boy, here we go.
I don't whine and complain because they have a faithful fan base.
Oh, I'm not saying they have a faithful fan base, but you got a stadium that seats how many? 18,000. You can get 6,000 in there, and it'll be loud. It's not like filling the Roomba vacuum with 6,000.
That's
and
true.
It's 80.
That's
80,
true. But I'm just saying, like, I just don't have faith in you. Like, I took UNLV, Noah, but I don't have any confidence in that play. Anyway, folks, that's our show. That's our top play of the night. Mac, do you know your number one play of the evening off the top of your head?
Big Blue.
BYU?
Michigan?
No. Big Blue Nation.
I love how we both said different schools when he said
Big Blue Nation at South Carolina.
That's how you know Kentucky ain't Big Blue.
South Carolina let down.
That's the one you like most?
I love Kentucky here. I think they're level ahead of South Carolina. I think they're going to drill them.
I'll have you know, Colby's been clamoring for me to start playing DFS, like get deeper into it. My top lineup tomorrow is going to be a South Carolina stack.
Woo! There we go. I think the best play personally, let me think about this one. Noah, do you know your top? You said UNLV is your top play, right?
Yeah, it's UNLV at home against Air Force. It's the nightcap. Really easy.
I mean, the game that I feel best about, I believe, would be. I'm gonna say, give me Oklahoma State against TCU. If it wasn't for that, I would say it's gonna be one of the home teams. Like, I feel pretty good about Creighton. I feel pretty good about BYU. It's got to be one of the home teams for me. Taking it on the road, I even feel pretty good about Oklahoma.
I was going to say BYU or Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska I feel good about too. I would say that. I mean, I know we just gave away 1,000, but I'm saying I want a home team as my top play tomorrow. Folks, give Noah Bieniek a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. He mentioned DFS. Come play DFS with us. And Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. The college basketball experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. We're grateful that you've been rocking with us even through this cold streak. I mean, it's going to happen. Every year it happens. But we are grateful regardless. Grateful for all the 1-star reviews. Appreciate each and every review in general, but especially love those 1-star reviews because it only fires us up to get more 1-star reviews. And appreciate you guys all. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. I just did a college basketball show there. Also check out the college baseball experience. We had a Pac-12 preview that dropped. Also the college football experience will be live on Wednesday. The FCS college football experience just talked about all the coaching changes within the FCS. Check it all out, folks, and get the SGPN apps free to download in the App Store and Google Play Store. Shout out to 20 Hooks, who's going to go catch the Bombs Down Under episode with CJ Sullivan and myself. That was dropped earlier today. Yes. Check out all that good stuff, folks, and appreciate you all rocking with us as always. Until next time, this is the college basketball experience. You better start thinking about yours, and we out of here.